The NCIS Origins mid-season finale raises several key questions that need resolution in 2025. These include the significance of Lala's story, the developing relationship between her and Gibbs, and the secrets of characters like Mary Jo and Tish, whose pasts remain largely unexplored. Additionally, the show hints at a cover-up involving NCIS evidence related to Jamison Boyd, which Gibbs will likely investigate. Another lingering mystery is how Gibbs will move forward after killing Pedro Hernandez, the man responsible for his family's deaths. These unanswered questions set the stage for an exciting continuation of the series. 6 biggest questions after NCIS Origins Episode 10 that it needs to answer in 2025. NCIS Origins Episode 10 concluded an essential Leroy Jethro Gibbs story, but there are plenty of mysteries to solve when the prequel returns. Tackling the character's start in the NCIS Origins Episode 10 also highlights Ruth's importance. The previously unknown story shows how she encouraged the unemployed Marine to become a law enforcement officer after witnessing how much he cared about protecting people. Ruth's revelation comes after hearing Gibbs confess to killing Pedro Hernandez, the man who murdered his wife and child. The conversation with his symbolic big sister has a massive impact on the agent. Gibbs undertakes NIS training and turns over a new leaf. The mid-season finale, which wraps up one aspect of what happened to Gibbs' wife and daughter in NCIS with his confession, sets up other exciting stories to come to fruition in the second part of NCIS Origins story. Why is NCIS Origins Lala's story? Gibbs says it's Lala's story. In the premiere of NCIS Origins, Mark Harmon's monologue as Old Gibbs, the former agent reveals the prequel story was actually about Lala. NCIS advertised the Pendleton offshoot as the backstory of Gibbs, so Harmon remarking that the tale would focus on Lala was a significant departure from what anyone expected. 10 episodes in NCIS Origins has yet to explain why the spin-off centers on Lala. Gibbs probably reflects on the story later because whatever happens has significance to his life and career, but he hasn't expounded on his bombshell revelation in the premiere. It makes sense that the series would save significant conclusions for the back half of the season, but the prequel can't wait too long to explain why Gibbs still remembers Agent Dominguez so many years later. Will Lala and Gibbs get together in NCIS Origins? The agents are getting closer. Another question heading into the return of the Leroy Jethro prequel is whether the agent will break one of Gibbs' rules from NCIS and date Lala. Old Gibbs' narration establishes that Lala is important to him during his time at Camp Pendleton. In recent episodes, they've been growing closer until the truth about Pedro Hernandez's fate is revealed. Gibbs and Lala haven't gotten together yet, but there's plenty of time in the back half of the season. The development of their relationship isn't just about romance, however. Rather than getting together, Lala could have a special place in Gibbs' heart because he somehow fails to protect her, leaving the agent feeling responsible years into the future. What is Mary Jo's secret tragedy? Mary Jo hasn't shared her story. In NCIS Origins Episode 4, Mary Jo takes care of a girl involved in their case at her home, and Gibbs stops by to bring her his daughter Kelly's Trotter Trio doll. When Gibbs drops by to deliver the toy, Mary Jo comforts Gibbs when she notices the case is closer to home than usual. She tells the agent that he's not alone, and Mary Jo is about to reveal why she relates to his tragedy when their conversation is cut short unexpectedly. Mary Jo never gets to reveal her story to Gibbs after that. NCIS Origins should build on Mary Jo's story to follow through with the plot point but also bring more depth to her character, since her character is an excellent addition to the ensemble NCIS Origins cast. How and when did Tish's sexual assault happen? We still don't know Tish's story. Another mystery NCIS Origins has kept under wraps is what happened to Mike's character partner. The prequel introduced the character as Mike's romantic interest, and they make a pretty sweet pair. Still, something has been coming between Mike and Tish throughout the season, and the story has barely explored this. The back half of NCIS Origins Season 1 will likely explain how and when Tish was harmed and resolve the rift it caused between her and Mike Franks. Who covered up NCIS evidence about bugs? Jameson Bugs Boyd has a partner. One of the most promising developments from the NCIS Origins mid-season finale was a clue that someone at NIS is tampering with an investigation. When Gibbs is building shelves for the NIS storeroom after he and Mary Jo struggle to navigate the clutter, he accidentally knocks over the shredder. After the pieces spill onto the floor, Gibbs finds a revealing scrap of paper that says there were 2 snipers in Jameson Bugs Boyd's case. Gibbs will likely investigate his findings, and the development could lead to one of the most exciting and unexpected stories of the prequel's freshman season. How does Gibbs move forward after killing Pedro Hernandez? Gibbs will move on from his tragedy. Now that Gibbs has killed the man who murdered his family, Kelly and Shannon, NCIS Origins needs to show how he moves on from the tragedy. NCIS explains that Gibbs murdering Pedro Hernandez and joining NIS are 2 of the most significant events he experiences after he lost his wife and daughter. The NCIS Origins mid-season finale covered both events in detail. In NCIS Origins Episode 10, it's revealed that after officially being discharged from the military, Gibbs completes NIS training and joins Mike Frank's team. Gibbs fully processes his own crime when he confesses it to Ruth and makes amends with Lala in the present. With that story behind him, NCIS Origins can reveal how Gibbs gains confidence as an NIS agent and puts his life together after fleshing out the most immediate events of his trauma established in NCIS.